Quick shout out to my Patreons who keep this channel going. You can join my Patreon down in the description below. What's guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reacting to the finale of Higurashi When They Cry New/Go as Village Destroying Chapter Part 7. And yeah, this is the finale. So, last week there was the rumour that there was going to be 30 or 36 episodes of this show as this continued on. That's now been proven not true, but this will be getting a sequel series in the summer. So, it essentially becomes a split-core, multi-core, which is weird to think of, but essentially that's what it is. We've got a season break for the spring season, and then we'll be back in the summer with Sotsu, is I think the name of this new one. So this was Go, then we got Sotsu. And that raises a bit of a dilemma for me. And I'll get this out of the way now, because I just want to mention it. My original plan was to finish this. If it went on for another to 30 episodes, fine, whatever. If it went on to 36, whatever. But my plan was to finish this series and then go back to the originals, because this was my introduction to Higurashi, and I don't honestly believe right now that this was the best way to be introduced to the series. Like, I get that it was designed, and you can tell in certain aspects where it's been designed to bring newer viewers in, get them up to speed with the concept, feed them the information from the previous series that was relevant into the overall plotline of the show, but not so much so that it feels like you're just rewatching those shows, but you're getting a lot of new content as well. And it does work. As a completely new viewer, I feel like I'm keeping up with the story right now. There are some stuff about Takano and stuff that's going on with that side of the story that I would like to explore, hence why I want to go back to the originals and give them a full watch. But now that we have this sequel season in July, I don't know what to do. Because I can maybe finish the original Higurashi 2006, right? 2006 was the first one? Yes, 2006. I could finish that if I really actually went for it in the spring season. It would mean I have to dedicate 2 episodes a week to doing so, but in theory I could complete Higurashi 2006, When They Cry, and then go into Sotsu. But I don't know if that's necessarily the right thing to do, because it would mean I'd be missing out on Kai and the rest of the smaller series, like the 4 or 5 episode ones. And there is no way I could get to Kai in the course of the spring season. I'd have to dedicate 4 episodes a week to that. And I haven't even looked at my spring schedule yet, but I'm assuming it's going to be fairly busy as per usual. So that's realistically not going to happen. And I would like to watch When They Cry and Kai together, and pretty much every Higurashi-based content, before I got into a sequel to Go. But do I postpone Sotsu just so I can do all that, or do I ignore that, go into Sotsu in the summer, and then go watch the originals? That's what I'm kind of undecided about. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys, and you can see what you guys think I should do. Because I think the general consensus is that Go has not been phenomenal. I don't think people are like raving that this is one of the best additions to the When They Cry universe. It doesn't feel like that's where people are going with it. I think some people feel slightly betrayed by the fact that this isn't a remake, but this is a continuation. I feel some people were initially let down by that, especially after the marketing in the beginning, which I think is just a dick move. Like, I know it's a bait and switch, and it's like, oh, surprise, but it's also like, okay, that's kind of a dick move, though, in a way. You've got people expecting something and then don't deliver on that. People don't necessarily like that type of thing, even if it is for the benefit of the universe. Benefit. So I don't know what to do. So I'm gonna leave that. I want to hear your guys' comments in the comment section, to let me know what you think I should do. Because if you want me to go for the originals and go through those, I will have to put Sotsu off, and I'll have to have that done outside of its July seasonal time frame. Or I have to go without Higurashi in the spring season, complete Sotsu, then go back to it. And he'll probably announce another sequel straight after Sotsu, because of course he will. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts down below on what I should do. I'm going to be thinking long and hard about this, and I'm going to be... because I wasn't going to do an episode next week regardless, So we've got at least 2 weeks to really think about this. Come join the Discord as well if you want to have a full conversation about it and say the pros and cons of why it would be better to just do all the originals first, or maybe just wait for Sotsu and see things like that. Please let me know your thoughts. But yeah, last week was a really weird episode, and why I thought the 30 episode rumor was very, very likely to be true, because that last episode was not a penultimate episode to a series. It just didn't feel like it. Like, Teppei's redemption arc, almost, which I don't know what they're planning to do with this from this point on. I don't even know when in Satoko's timeline this is. Like, I'm still not fully aware of the whole miracle idea anyway. Like, is it just for this timeline that Teppei is in this direction, in this mindset? Is this going to carry over for all of Satoko's future arcs? Because I don't think it will. That would be kind of weird if it did. Because you could just keep repeating and repeating over and over until everybody is the nicest person you could possibly imagine. But I guess that will also change other people to be less like the way you want them, right? So maybe it goes both ways, and the miracles can go in the opposite direction as well. Maybe, I don't know. But it was just a very, very weird penultimate episode. It didn't feel like we were building up to anything super hype. And you want to end a season on a really good moment. Like, Slime has ended on a really good moment. ReZero is ending on a really good moment. Most shows this season are ending on really good moments. Dr. Stone just had a really good moment. Eurocamp is continually having a good moment, let's be fair. Jujutsu Kaisen has had hype all the way through it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know with this show what it's trying to do. I don't even know what they could possibly do here. I did see one idea that maybe this is Satoko's arc, which was episodes 9 and onwards, I believe, where she was like, when they were trying to find out whether Teppei actually was abusing her, I saw some people suggesting that maybe this is that timeline, and she was putting on an act the entire time to fool everyone. Like, that would be pretty messed up. But it would be very interesting to see, because those are the two cool ideas that I really like. That she's faking it when Teppei is being actually reasonable for once, or she's going to have that moment with Teppei, start to lose some of her anger and her insanity towards Rika and this obsession that she has, only for Teppei to then be removed from her because of maybe Rika's actions, and then that just reignites the flame, so to speak, and makes her even more determined to break Rika's soul. Because she's already intent on that, but I'm thinking Teppei might mellow her out a bit, and then it just flares back up as soon as he's gone. Those are the two ideas that I'd really like to see incorporated. One or the other. You can't do both at the same time, obviously, but you know what I mean. Yeah, we'll see how they want to wrap this up. I don't think this is going to be a good ending necessarily, but I'm very happy to be proven wrong. I guess we'll see. So, as per usual, time-based form actions here on YouTube. If you want to see full Patreon picture, you can go to my Patreon down in the description below. £4 a month gets you access to all Patreon picture actions I do, which is everything from this season and future seasons. Some backdated shows, including Higurashi. We've got Patreon requests like Local Horizon and Symphogear and such. We've also got movies on there. But here on YouTube, we have 2 timer-based. So bottom left of the screen, you'll see a timer for the episode. I'll count down 3, 2, 1, play. Then play start the episode, I start the episode, and we'll be in sync. We are watching this one on Funimation since that's who licensed it this season. We have the Kadokawa logo, then the Funimation logo to start, so about 10 seconds logos. You can use screen flash on my face, unlike to tell when the user transitioning. You can also look right here on my headset. That will show the scene transition very, very clearly. So, anyway, with all that said, let's get into the finale of Higurashi New/Go, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Kadokawa and Funimation. Cheers. Alright, we're back here. That's Satoko. Is she thinking on that moment? Mm-hmm. Okay. Oh, they're absolutely going to use that, aren't they? Hmm. Oh, Takano. Okay. 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 Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Oof. Oh boy. Let me guess. A single bullet. Single bullet for suicide, isn't it? Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Clever use of naming. Hmm. 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 Ah, I'm thinking. Okay. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. There's gonna be something in it, right? Of course, there was something in there. There always is. Interesting. More than you know. Well, bit of both. Hmm. Festival time. Where's Satsuko go? At the storehouse. Mm-hmm. And spill the beans. Satsuko's listening in on all of it. Hmm. Hmm. But we're not rewriting history, we're just creating new ones. Hmm. Sure. Yeah. So I guess this is the setup before the first arc. This is part of the plan. Not gonna do it. Really? Jesus, the amount of loops. That's way too many loops. But we got it. Now what do we do with it? We don't do anything with it. And that's why it's a different person each time. She chooses which one. Okay. It's one way of looking at it. I won't be so sure about that. Is that going to be it? That is. There's the name release for the next time. What a weird end to this show. Like, incredibly weird ending to this show. Like, there was a lot of build-up. I don't know if we really necessarily got a payoff, though. It feels like Sotsu is entirely necessary for any of this to have been worth it. That's my honest opinion right now. Like, I wonder if his original plan was to have Sotsu follow straight after, but realized that was no longer possible. Because what I am imagining here, based on we've now got to the point where Satoko can inject H173 into anyone she wants, means she's done all the groundwork to get to the point where... Yeah, she's done all the groundwork now so that she can enact all the different loops that we've seen. So, for example, when Reina went, when Mion/Shion went, when... well, she didn't... I've forgotten Satoko's arc and exactly what happened in her arc now. I've forgotten what happened to her arc now. I'd have to go back and double check on things like that. It was just a really weird ending. So, like, what was the point of Teppei last time? Was it just to show that the miracle thing exists? Was that the whole purpose of it? Because I feel like I'm missing something there. Like, why did we bother spending an entire episode on that? Like, episode 23 or 24, we spent an entire episode on that. Why? Why did we do that? Just to explain the miracles? Just so new viewers like me understand what the miracles are, I guess? Huh. I don't know. I don't know what to feel about this series. It's very, very difficult. I think I enjoyed it. Like, looking at the series as a whole now, I think I enjoyed it. You absolutely need to watch Sotsu for any of this to be worth it, though. Like, not even knowing what Sotsu's going to do or how long it's going to run, I think it's absolutely necessary. I think, realistically, if we could do it over, I think Go itself should have been, with Sotsu, combined, all continuous. I don't think there should be this break, because this was not a fantastic break spot. Like, yes, we now have the reasoning and the know-how of what Satoko is going to do in the previous arcs that we've now explored. But messing with the time stuff really puts it Like, they're really messing with it now. To the point where it's very hard to tell what timeline we're in, where we are, all this stuff. Like, I have absolutely no idea how Satoko's going about. Like, are the clicks her actually dying? Is that an additional power compared to what Rika has? Like, I don't know. Because when Rika always did the click, the finger snap, which I can't do. I can't snap my fingers. It's impossible for me. I've never known how to do it. And I've never learned, so I've given up. Yeah, the Satoko just does it. Rika always did it after she was basically on death's door. Like, she was already basically dead, and then she snapped her fingers. And it was only primarily... It was more in her later loops, I think, that she started doing that. It wasn't so much in the earlier ones. I mean, the earlier ones, we never really saw her die. She always died off screen, for the most part. So... Yeah, messing with time really messes it up. But I think I enjoyed this. I think I enjoyed this. I don't know, though. It's very weird. It's very, very weird. I'm glad I got into the Higurashi universe. I'll say that for nothing. I'm glad I got into this universe because it feels like there is a lot here for me to look for. I don't know if this was the best first impression I could have had of it. If I had known that this was a sequel going in, like, I thought this was a remake going in, which is why I started the series, and I was like, I'll stick around with it because it still feels like it might be catering to a newer audience. If I had known that it was going to be an actual, like, full sequel, at least in the latter half, it became more sequel-esque, then I probably would have held off on it. I probably would have said, okay, if we ever watch the original Higurashi, then I'll get around to this. I think actually watching through the airing date order and having this be your latest installment in the show, I think that's going to be a better watch order overall. Without having seen the originals yet, I think this is going to be a better watch order. Because, like, all the stuff with Takano and the Mountain Dogs and the Bloodhounds and H173, it's explained enough to the point where you're not completely lost. But I feel like so much of this is covered in the originals. Now, just a yes or no answer on this. I don't need any more detail because I do plan to go watch the originals regardless of what order I do it in with Sotsu and stuff. I'm assuming that Takano and the Mountain Dogs and all that stuff, I assume that's definitely more explored in the originals, hence why it comes back in this point, because it sounds like this is the final thing, and this is the problem for the entire series, and how Rika eventually gets away from Hinamizawa to actually live her life. So I assume Takano and all that storyline is one of the more prevalent ending plots to the original Higurashi. But just a yes or no if that's the case or not. Because if it's still not as explained, even after like all that time, I'd be like, why are we not explaining it? But I think I'm still wanting your guys' opinion. Should I watch all the originals? Don't give a damn about Sotsu and what time it airs. Just get to Sotsu when I get to Sotsu, and just watch all the originals in order. Not like, well, I could do. If I really pushed it, I could do Higurashi 2006 in one season. I could manage that, probably. Probably. Well, it depends on what the season looks like, right? I need to go through my spring lineup anyway. I'll be doing that next week. And then I could do... What was the next series after that? Kai. Yeah, I could then do Kai. Do we need to watch Nekogoroshi Hen? I don't think I do I? So someone will let me know which of these OVAs I need to watch. I mean, I can just watch all of them. It's not that big a deal. But I could do When They Cry for the spring season. I could do Kai for the summer. Finishing up Rei and Kira maybe as well to wrap that all up. And then I could go into Sotsu in the fall. And then that would complete a year and 3 months of Higurashi. I think that might be the better order to go in. But let me know your thoughts down below. I'm and also on Discord, because I'm very conflicted on which way I want to approach this. Because I want to watch Sotsu as it comes out, because, well, it draws in viewers, right? Like, watching Higurashi now and watching it as it comes out has drawn in viewers. Watching seasonal shows is a great way to grow your channel, because a lot of people, whilst it's fresh in their memory, people want to see their reactions to the current airing shows. Doing older shows, depending on the show, can get you a lot of good viewers. Like Symphogear, Log Horizon, School Life to a lesser extent, and World Trigger, they've been bringing in some good views. Now, World Trigger and Log Horizon have had the benefit of the fact that they've currently got Season 2 and Season 3's airing right now, so it's also fresh in people's minds. But something like Symphogear, I didn't expect to have as good of a reception for a fairly old series, and we haven't had a new project in Symphogear in like almost 2 years, so it's like, I'm surprised that it's still pulling that much viewership. But, you know, seasonal's always, well, depending on the seasonal, will end up trumping that, so I guess it depends. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Overall, I would say I'm glad I watched this, because it means I've gotten into it, and it means I now have an expansive universe to start exploring, right? I think Go might end up being my least favorite of the series, though. I've got a horrible feeling that might end up being the case. We'll see what I think of 2006 When They Cry, but I've got a feeling I'm going to enjoy When They Cry more than I did Go. I've got a sneaking suspicion about that fact, so I guess we'll see. But yeah, that's going to do it. We have finished Higurashi When They Cry Go. Yeah, it was an experience. Like I said, I'm not super thrilled with what I got necessarily. I'm thrilled with the idea of what I've got. I'm just not quite there. I think I need to go watch the originals. I think that's highly likely. So we'll see. But thank you everyone for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the episode as per usual, as well as your comments, what you thought of the series as a whole. I thought these last 2 episodes were weird choices. Like, it makes sense where we ended with Satoko, because we've ended now. Now we can go into what happened in the previous arcs and get back to the point that we were in episode, like, what, 17? Yeah, 17. Like, episode 17 is the most recent time and where we're working with. 18 and onwards was all back parts of that, and working backwards to get to where we were, to get to episode 17. So I feel like Sotsu, if it's a single core arc, will be the answer arcs for Demon Deceiving, Cotton Deceiving, and Curse Deceiving, and then Cat Deceiving as well, and we can get up to date to where we are on Cat Deceiving, where Rika knows Satoko is up to something. That feels like where we're meant to be at, but I guess we'll see. So don't forget to subscribe to see the rest of the Winter 2021 Lightning Flying on the channel, and stay tuned for more news on the Higurashi series on my Discord, and I'll announce what I'm planning to do, whether it be originals or wait for Sotsu. So thank you for watching. Until next time, see you guys later.